Delta, get that fire team. Set receiver in motion.
What was once solely a professional communications device has grown into a peripheral that is finding a growing number of uses in many fields, especially in the world of video gaming. The headset enables players to be more immersed and involved while keeping those hands free.
The development of a USB headset for PlayStation 2 really came from the need in SOCOM.
We really were looking for something dynamic, people to connect, talk to each other, and be able to have that sense of community.
SOCOM was the first game to include voice on PlayStation, and it wasn't just doing voice chat, it was also doing voice recognition, which was quite a key feature set for the game.
It allowed you to get in there and give your teammates commands, allowed you to interact with the game. Instead of just sending text messages, you can talk to other people, you can communicate with them and create team strategies.
We also added in a single-player component that allowed you to have voice recognition capabilities as well.
Headsets can do a lot for your skill set as well. But first you need to know how to get hooked up.
And with the USB headset or with the SOCOM headset, all you have to do is plug it into the console and you're really good to go.
We have software which will either recognize the input that you're saying, or it will take your voice and compress it down to something which can be sent over to the internet and heard by people on the other side.
No matter how you speak, no matter which way you want to talk, as long as you don't whisper, it'll pick up your voice very, very easily and it'll work within the game set very well.
From an anthropological perspective, the new USB headset for PlayStation 2 is simply an extension of man's desire to communicate. From a gaming standpoint, it's about precision and control.
Speech is man's oldest form of communication, and so it really makes a lot of sense to bring that as another way of interacting with games.
The wide variety of genres that we do have on the PlayStation 2 console, and there are a lot of games coming out that are going to utilize the headset. It's really something that's caught on, and I think a lot of it's attributable to the success of SOCOM and really the unveiling of this community aspect.
In their quest to help players reach out and touch someone, Logitech and Sony teamed up to create a new and improved version of the headset.
Working with Sony on this process was great, bringing out the new headset.
It has a built-in volume control on the cord so you can adjust it. It also has a mute button. If you need a moment of privacy in certain games, you can just hit the mute button and then no one else will hear you talking. The boom mic's a little more comfortable. So it really takes all the advantages of the SOCOM headset and adds on top of that, creates a better package.
If you're a SOCOM owner and you own the SOCOM headset, it will be usable with all headset-compatible titles from now on, as will the USB headset that we are launching right now. There are a lot of action games out there, and this is something that I think really put it, one step above.
Using a USB headset and voice recognition really allowed us to do something which had never been done before.
Really, the doors have just opened now in terms of what can be done with headsets and voice in video games.
If you want a good look at what's behind that door, check out the demo on this month's disc for a video game that uses the headset as the primary controller. If you want to survive in Lifeline, you need to make yourself perfectly clear.
Lifeline takes place in the near future. You are aboard a space station hotel. A big explosion rocks the place. Monsters come in out of nowhere, start eating and attacking the guests. You're in a control room and you're trapped. And you notice someone making a distress call from the security room. So you flip on the monitor and there's the character Rio, who actually becomes the main character for the entire game.
But Rio needs your help to navigate through the station, and you guide her efforts by talking to her.
You're going to get into situations with Rio, the main character, and you're going to have to talk to her. She needs your guidance, and you know things that she won't know. You have to tell her if someone's behind her. You have access to cameras around the space station. She doesn't.
You now have a need to know. The more efficient you are at commanding Rio, the better off you'll be at playing Lifeline. You'll discover certain phrases and keywords will speed your search.
Keywords are the main driving force of Rio. If you've discovered something by maybe telling Rio, maybe you never knew that she could dodge, but you tell her to dodge in combat, and she does it. In Lifeline, a fast talker might get through the game a little quicker, but the real key to finishing the game successfully is to know what to say and when, and that requires you to think before you speak.
This immersive game about a future world articulates what's happening in the present video gaming world.
This is the only game in North America that is controlled primarily through the microphone headset. And right there, that opens up a whole realm of possibilities.
It's all of these possibilities that make the advent of the new USB headset for PlayStation 2 a defining marker in the evolution of gaming technology.
It could be used for karaoke type games, could be used for strategy games. It really has a pretty broad potential for what you can do with it.
Rather than just sort of sitting back with your thumbs on a game controller, now you can really interact with people directly.
It actually offers you, I think, the opportunity to interact a lot more with the game. You become more one with the game rather than just kind of controlling it.
For one thing, it inspires game creators to go take a chance.